Coming up on KOTA Territory News at 5:30, we'll have the latest on the proposed development of Liberty Land in North Rapid City. Plus a report on sales tax revenues in Rapid City for the first half of the year. We'll have the details. And a local father is dead from a gunshot, with authorities searching for his son in the aftermath. Your news starts now.
From Skyline Drive, this is KOTA Territory News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Jack Cottle. Police are searching for the son of a man whose body was found in a remote area south of Rapid City on Tuesday. KOTA Territory's Blake Trolley says the father was shot in the head.
The search for 30-year-old Nicholas Selig continues. Police are urging everyone in the area to be extra vigilant until he's in custody.
He is considered to be armed and dangerous, and the public should not approach him, and instead we would prefer that they just call 911.
On Tuesday, police responded to the area of Victoria Lake Road and First Thunder Road. A person who lives in the area reported finding a body, which was ultimately identified as 57-year-old Vernon Selig of Rapid City. His family reported him missing shortly later.
Very quickly, our agencies recognized the connection between the two calls for service, and what followed was a very extensive joint investigation.
Nicholas' last location was a short distance away between the Colonial Pine Hills neighborhood and Highway 16.
We have several pieces of evidence that led us to this location, but we have recovered the Nicholas's green Kia Soul vehicle, in which evidence believes that it was abandoned in that area.
Investigators are now asking people who live in the area to review their security camera footage from overnight to identify any potential evidence that could help them catch Nicholas. Dozens of Rapid City police officers and Pennington County Sheriff's deputies worked through the evening into the morning to find him. In Rapid City, Blake Trolley, KOTA Territory News.
Well, the clouds are here, but what about the rain? Chief Meteorologist David Strouthing has a look at the first alert Doppler radar. So is this dry spell finally coming to an end?
It'll be coming to an end soon, Jack. We are noticing much of the thunderstorm activity from northeast Wyoming through parts of the Black Hills. There have been a couple of little showers into parts of southwest South Dakota. That's what we mainly said the focus would be today. Those are going to continue to lift northeastward throughout the night and especially tomorrow. You do notice kind of a consistent thunderstorm over the Devil's Tower area north of Pine Haven. There's been a storm near the Cheyenne Crossing area, now just south into the western Pennington County area, and also a cluster of storms near Lodgegrass in Montana north of Sheridan. Now we have plenty more moisture moving in overnight tonight and into tomorrow. You can see the cluster of storms into south central Wyoming that'll be moving our way. It's been generally cloudy all day. There have been a little bit of peaks of sunshine like we're getting now. Our temperatures have made it into the 80s for much of western South Dakota, but we will be cooling off going towards the end of the week. More details on the timing of the storms and when we can see them here in town coming up.
The man arrested in the South Dakota Highway Patrol's largest ever meth seizure pleads not guilty in federal court today. 42-year-old Alonzo Molina Corona could serve a maximum sentence of life in prison for the conspiracy to distribute a controlled Schedule II substance. He's already facing 15 years in state prison following the indictment on two separate charges by a Meade County grand jury. Molina Corona was pulled over for speeding on I-90 in Sturgis, and during that stop, the South Dakota Highway Patrol says they recovered 207 pounds of crystal meth valued at $12 million. Molina Corona is a Mexican national and will be held in federal custody. Rapid City's Legal and Finance Committee held their second reading of a proposed ordinance to ban the sale of what is considered a dangerous drug. The committee is reviewing a city ordinance aimed at banning the sale of tianeptine, sometimes called gas station heroin. The nickname gas station heroin stems from gas stations across the United States selling the product. According to the Food and Drug Administration, the Centers for Disease Control and the National Institutes of Health, marketers sell the substance to stores as a supplement intended to improve diet or brain function. However, they say people can misuse the substance without proper guidance, leading to symptoms similar to opioid overdose and even death. Rapid City Ward 2 Alderman Stephen Tamang is a Monument Health physician who specializes in addiction cases and says he's seen the effects of such drugs.
The fact that that could potentially be over the counter in various forms of concentration that you don't know how strong it is, like I said, it's shocking that it exists in its current state.
The resolution to send this proposed amendment to City Council unanimously passed Legal and Finance with the possibility that the ban will take effect by the end of September. Rapid City raked in the profits for the first 6 months of 2025, collecting more than $42.6 million in total sales tax receipts. That's more than 3% higher than the sales tax revenue that was collected by the city for the first 6 months of 2024. The city's sales tax report for the first half of this year also revealed other impressive numbers. June alone set a record for any month ever when sales tax revenue reached nearly $8.6 million. This marks only the 4th time in Rapid City's history when a month surpassed more than $8 million in sales tax collections. The city's finance director says tourism wasn't the only factor that contributed to the record month.
Construction has also been incredibly high. We had a very slow start to construction during the first quarter of this year. The second quarter has really come roaring back, especially with our single family.
Ainsley adds local restaurants doing very well was another component that led to a great June. To put it in even more perspective, the month's total sales tax revenue were more than $600,000 greater than the total sales tax earnings collected in June of last year. Rapid City is looking to make 2 parks on the west side of town more accessible, and today the city's Legal and Finance Committee recommended approval of a resolution that supports Black Hills Works' application for a state grant for the Legacy Trail project. The organization is applying for more than $816,000 in grants through the South Dakota Department of Transportation. The city would provide a nearly $180,000 match to help cover the total project cost. Phase 1 of Legacy Trail would connect Mary Hall and Raider Parks and make them more accessible for people. It would also provide students a safer route to West Middle School. In addition, Legacy Trail would give cyclists, wheelchair users, and pedestrians alternative paths to travel on. The city's grants division manager said the project idea first came up when Black Hills Works wanted to create a special park environment for their clients.
And as they were doing the work and looking into that, recognized that there was a desire from others in the community to look at how we could better connect this area.
The resolution now heads to City Council for approval on Tuesday. The dream of Rapid City one day getting an amusement park is a step closer to reality today. The city's Legal and Finance Committee once again recommended approval for Liberty Land's project plan and creating a tax increment finance district for it. Liberty Land's plan is for a 300-acre property, including an amusement park, indoor water park, and themed RV resort. It would also provide a neighborhood with dining and a hotel and conference center. The project was originally approved by City Council, but the city's tax increment finance planner says there was a publishing error with the first project application that was submitted, leading to the city starting the application process over. He has the developer resubmitted the application on the 3rd week in July after the city noticed the publishing error.
Even though it was resubmitted, nothing with the application was changed. Still the same district boundary. All the components that were listed within the original project plan stayed the same. It was truly just a publishing error by the city that was corrected.
Liberty Land's tax increment finance district and project plan now heads to City Council for approval on Tuesday. What sound like storms could be coming into KOTA territory in the near future. We'll let you know when in your accurate First Alert forecast coming up later. Plus, South Dakota celebrates 10 women who have made important impacts in South Dakota politics. That and more when we come back. 10 trailblazing women are changing the conversation on leadership, representation, and gender issues here in South Dakota. Our Zeta Jones attended the Women in Politics Town Hall this week, where they celebrated Women's Equality Day by taking action.
Despite women making up around half of South Dakota's population, the state's demographic of elected officials tells a different story. 10 influential women in South Dakota politics have made waves across generations at Tuesday's Women in Politics Town Hall. The group spoke to an audience of young girls, older women, and even some men.
When young women are able to see women representing them in peer, they're more likely to run themselves. They know that you can run a successful campaign, you can win based off of your own values, your own morals, your ideas that will just move South Dakota forward.
Women participating in politics hasn't always been the norm. Women couldn't even vote until 1920, and the struggle continues into today.
The number of women in South Dakota is around 50% of the population, but when you look at the legislature, when you look at a lot of our different elected offices, women might not be present at that 50% level.
For decades, important issues affecting women were overlooked in political decision-making, but that's changing. Women like these panelists are ensuring a more inclusive democracy.
There are so many issues that affect us that just go to the side because in the past, a lot of men were representing us in Pierre. So it's really wonderful to be able to bring issues like access to health care, doulas for women who are pregnant, child care. These issues are so important and it needs a women's perspective.
The town hall was a reminder of the struggles women faced in the past, the struggles they're currently facing, and issues that may arise on the horizon. It was also a reminder of the importance of female voices in government. Reporting right outside the Doll, Zeta Jones, KOTA Territory News.
Chief Meteorologist David Stradling is tracking a stormy end of the week. The details are in your accurate First Alert forecast next.
Now, the First Alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist David Stradling.
We've had partly to mostly cloudy skies today for many of us in KOTA Territory. You can kind of see a defining line with those clouds from southeastern Montana through the South Dakota plains. A lot of sunshine up in northwest South Dakota today, and a few showers and thunderstorms that popped up in southwest Lawrence County, and one that's been pretty persistent over the Devil's Tower region this afternoon. You can still see near the north regions of Pine Haven there, all the way up towards Devil's Tower west of Hewlett, and a stray little shower in far western Pennington County. Also tracking some of that moisture extending all the way up into southern Montana north of Sheridan. We'll continue to watch that between Hardin and Sheridan. Should be pretty stationary, if not moving a little farther to the north. There's a little bit of moisture continuing into Wyoming right now that's going to move our way overnight tonight and into tomorrow, plus plenty more waves of moisture off to the west and off to the desert southwest. That'll be making that rain and shower chance continue into the weekend. Our Golden West weather cameras mainly quiet, just some clouds off to the west, a little bit of sunshine poking through into town right now. That's helped us warm up into the 80s for many spots across western South Dakota. On the plains, 83 towards the Buffalo area, 86 in Phillip, 84 out of the Rapid City Airport, 70s in the Black Hills, and for much of northeast Wyoming. A closer look into town, we've hit 81 along with Sturgis, with upper 70s from Belfouche to Spearfish into Beulah. Our temperatures as we go overnight tonight will fall to the 50s, but we'll get back up to the 70s tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms are expected, and that'll mainly be midday and through the afternoon. Now we're going to break it down in our hour-by-hour forecast, showing you the timing of what we're expecting, as there may be a couple of light showers overnight tonight. Not going to be any widespread rainfall, but the cloud cover will be pretty dense for us, as we'll be looking at mostly cloudy skies. We'll be mostly cloudy, if not overcast at times on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms midday into the afternoon. Those will continue to push eastward as we go into Thursday night and throughout the day on Friday. A much better chance of showers and thunderstorms for us going into Friday, and we'll continue to bring those showers and thunderstorms Friday night into Saturday. Our temperatures will be falling down into the lower 70s by Saturday, with 70s over the next 4 days. Sunday, it looks to rebound for us. Temperatures climb back up to the upper 70s, maybe flirting with 80, and will be mostly dry to close out the weekend. But many of us have Monday off for Labor Day, so that's only 2/3 of the weekend. For Monday, it's going to be sunny and a little bit warmer, as many of us likely reaching those 80s. In terms of moisture, what we're looking at is about 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall around the Black Hills, into parts of northwest South Dakota and over towards the Bighorns. A majority of us will be between 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch, maybe a little bit less down towards far southwest South Dakota. But that's what we're looking at in terms of extra moisture for us going over the next couple of days. We'll have a few showers overnight tonight. Temperatures in the 50s to near 60 for tomorrow. We'll have high temperatures climbing up into the 70s and 80s, a few 60s towards Sundance and Custer. Scattered showers and thunderstorms likely midday into the afternoon. And as we take a look at that 7-day forecast, you will be noticing those high temperatures climbing up into the 70s through the start of the weekend. But 80s return for Monday and Tuesday.
It'd be nice to see and hear that rain outside again.
Yeah, the grass is starting to slow down in growth, and some brown spots are showing up, not as lush and green, but this moisture, about up to 1/2 inch for many of us, could be helpful for that.
Good deal. All right, thank you very much, David. Well, coming up, you're in luck this evening, as we have a big old fig headed your way. Plus, top BMX racers gear up for this weekend's state championships. Vic Quick has all the details next in KOTA Sports.
Good evening, everybody. The Little Wound volleyball team opened the season by picking up a 3-0 victory over St. Francis last night. The Mustangs return to the court tomorrow when they travel to Dakota. The Pine Ridge volleyball team also started the season by picking up an impressive 3-0 win over Crow Creek last night. The Rapid City BMX track is growing in popularity as more and more people are getting involved in the sport. The track offers local riders a chance to race on most Monday and Wednesday nights. Back in June, Rapid City BMX hosted the first ever Mount Rushmore Nationals, which featured USA BMX professionals. You can catch more fun and excitement this weekend. The track is going to host the state championships on Saturday and Sunday, and BMX is a sport that people of all ages and skill levels can participate in.
The feeling of winning, yeah, getting first place is an awesome deal. I love celebrating with my BMX team, and it's really fun.
Something everyone can do, and just anyone can come and do it, so it's just a way to get outside, I guess.
I hope to get better at it and maybe start winning more and having more fun and start not crashing.
I like that plan. Less crashing. State championships Saturday and Sunday out at the Rapid City BMX track. The Bellfouche football team kicks off the new season Friday night when it hosts Madison. The Bronx struggled a bit last year, finishing with a 1-A record, but they are focused on having better results this time around. Friday's game will be a good test as the Bulldogs are ranked 5th in the preseason poll. Now let's take a look at the 11A high school football preseason poll. Sioux Falls Christian and Lynnix are the top two teams. Del Rapids and West Central hold down the 3rd and 4th spots. Rapid City Christian is receiving votes, and the Comets kick off the season Friday night when they host Canton. Let's jump on in for another edition of Big Ol' Fish. And this evening, Michael Burhans is our featured angler. Michael reeled in this 15-pound, 34-inch walleye out of Lake Oahe. Congratulations, Michael, and best of luck in the rest of your fishing endeavors. You too can be featured on Big Ol' Fish. Just send us your picture by using the Submit Photos link at KOTATV.com. Make sure and give us the name of the person who caught the fish, what kind of fish it is, how big it is, and where it was caught. Get those pictures in, and we will get you on Big Ol' Fish. College football season kicks into full gear coming up this week, and we have some games on the local scene tomorrow night. Black Hills State will be at home tomorrow to take on the University of Sioux Falls. South Dakota Mines hits the road to take on CSU Pueblo. We'll have more on those games coming up for you tonight at 9 and 10 o'clock. And of course, nationally, it's a big week for college football. We'll have a full slate of games both right here on ABC as well as over on Fox on Saturday. Big game Saturday. Marquee matchup of week 1 is top-ranked Texas. Texas #1 in the preseason poll for the first time, taking on 3rd-ranked Ohio State, and that game will be Saturday at 10 a.m. over on Fox. And of course, high school football, big week coming up Friday night. We'll have all your scores and highlights Friday night at 9 and 10 on the Friday Night Hike. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after this short timeout.
Some sharks may have to learn how to nibble their food in the future. A just published study finds water with an increased level of acid can cause problems for shark teeth. Researchers at a German university studied 600 shark teeth that were naturally shed and placed them in waters with different pH levels. More damage was discovered on the teeth placed in water with a higher acidic level. Researchers say this could eventually result in changes in the way sharks digest food. They say seawater has become more acidic because of higher carbon emissions. There's been a 30% rise over the past 2 centuries, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Jaws would not be nearly as fearsome without the sharp, nasty teeth.
Definitely not. Less fearsome than
Yeah,
we have right
you
now.
just have Baby Shark now.
I guess so. Don't sing it, Jack.
I will, but believe me, I will not.
Thunderstorms are in the forecast Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A couple near the Black Hills on Sunday. We'll warm up to the 80s for Labor Day, and 84 for Tuesday is likely the warmest day of the forecast.
And that may very well be the worst song ever.
Yes.
We got it figured. See you tonight at 10.
Thanks for watching KOTA Territory News, your local news and weather authority.